I'm Chris, you're watching FRAG-MENTAL, thanks for joining me. Today I've got 5 stunning fragrances that I think would be a superb addition to your autumn lineup, all coming in at a total cost of under £160. To find out more, stay tuned to FM. So I thought it might be useful if I put together a list of fantastic autumn fragrances that altogether can be purchased for less than the cost of most niche fragrances. I've tried to get a real good selection here, lots of different prices and different types of fragrances. There's one of the best colognes I've ever smelled, there's a cheapie, there is one of my favourite designer fragrances, a sexy Gourmand, and yes, even a niche fragrance. So take this video simply as some great autumn recommendations from me, or if you're looking to add some real beauties to your autumn rotation in one fell swoop, this video is for you. Let's get started. Alright, I'm kicking the list off with one of my favourites from Perfume Parlour. This is one of the first Perfume Parlours I bought, and it just blew my mind. I then since bought a sample of the original to compare them, and this comes really close. This is an incredible autumn fragrance in my opinion. It's Dark Return. Inspired by Kilian's Back to Black, this one in my opinion comes pretty damn close actually. There's tobacco and honey and aphrodisiac, so if you've got any date nights coming up, I think this would be a pretty good choice. So the honey in here is almost like this sticky sweetness which combines beautifully with the tobacco and the resinous depth of the woods, and overall it has a really addictive type of smell. So it's a sexy fragrance, but I would go one step further and say it's also a carnal fragrance in a kind of rip someone's clothes off kind of way, you know what I mean. If you're thinking of picking this one up, you can get the 30ml of Dark Return on Perfume Parlour's website for just £8.75. I will leave my affiliate link in the description below. If you click through that, you can get to Perfume Parlour's website. In the search box, just put in Dark Return and this one will pop up. This next one is one of the best cheapies money can buy. It's just a great fragrance for the autumn. It's got tobacco, amber, it's a little bit boozy. It is CK1 Shock. Some people describe this one as having an energy drink accord, and I kind of get why, I think, because it has this sweetness and a liveliness to it. It opens up with a stunning spicy cardamom note which blends really nicely with a smooth sensual amber, and then you've got the depth of tobacco in here. It's just a really well put together fragrance. It's very mass appealing. If you were wanting to pick this one up, it's also very cheap because you can buy it for £16.95. That was the price just checking prior to filming this video. You can get it at that price either at allbeauty.co.uk or Notino. It's difficult for me to check US prices. I think Fragrance X probably do carry this for a similar price. I think it is still classed as a cheapie in the States. This is a fragrance that just smells a lot better than what it should do at this price, and it's the kind of scent profile that I would really enjoy wearing during the daytime in autumn. Good stuff. The next one is one of my all-time favourite designer fragrances. I love this one because it has a complexity, it smells unique, it's quite creative, but at the same time very easy to wear, very mass appealing. Whenever I wear this, I will often have people asking me about it. From Azzaro, it's Wanted by Night. This has a beautiful use of cinnamon and mandarin in the opening, and the cinnamon stays throughout the life of the fragrance because as it starts to dry down, it blends with the tobacco and the leather and the incense and benzoin and vanilla. So very, very mass appealing fragrance. I think one of the best things for me about this is the performance. I get great longevity, projection is pretty big, so I think this would work really well as an autumn night out fragrance. I think it would just be elevated above most other people's fragrances because it's got that nice mix of smelling a little bit different, but also smelling quite strong as well. So I think people will notice this one on you. It's rich, it's sweet, it's smooth, it's sexy. If you're interested in this one, it's also a pretty good price. Notino are selling the 50ml version for £25.90, which I think is fantastic. You could get the 100ml for £36, but I'm going with the £25.90 for this video. To be honest, I think Azzaro Wanted by Night is an essential for anyone's autumn rotation. The next one is from a brand called Pocket Scents, which is getting quite a lot of buzz here in the UK at the moment. You know I love my Gourmand fragrances. Apparently I like them purple because this is Purple Gourmand. Caramel, coffee, pear and vanilla. I know, right? And it smells superb. It's smooth, it's rich, it's sensual, it's sweet, but it's never too sweet. Really smoothly blended fragrance actually. Reminds me of the quality of a high-end niche fragrance. I'd say it's so good, wear it all the time in the cooler months, but it's almost too good for that. Personally, I think I'd like to save this for special occasions, maybe going on a date or a formal occasion. You know, those times where you just want to put a fragrance on that's a real treat. Matt, the owner of Pocket Scents, he's a great guy. He's a very active and supportive member in the fragrance community here in the UK, and I know that he has very high standards for his fragrances, and you get that with Purple Gourmand. It's unique, it's really well made. It's £39.99 on Pocket Scents website, and I think that represents stunning value for what I think is a superb fragrance. Last but most certainly not least is a gorgeous fragrance from the niche house Gallivant, and over time this has worked its way up to become my favourite fragrance from the house. It is Istanbul. Aromatic and rich, Istanbul has a superb cardamom note that combines with sweet myrrh, creamy sandalwood and the sweetness of vanilla and tonka bean. This projects really well off me. Maybe it's the cardamom. I think cardamom just works really well with my skin chemistry, and often sweetness mixed with cardamom has a really crowd-pleasing effect. I think it's a really mass appealing kind of DNA, and I do think Istanbul has that effect. It's obviously inspired by the city of Istanbul, and it has this transportive effect. It whisks you away to that city with its warmth and its spices and its sweetness. Like all Gallivant's fragrances, this just smells very high quality, really well thought out. Gallivant do this great thing, I've talked about this before, but you can buy their discovery set for £25, and these bottles, these 30ml bottles, cost £65. But if you buy the discovery set first, then you can choose your favourite fragrance, and they will give you the cost of the discovery set, so the £25 off a bottle of your choice. So for that price, for £65, you get to discover the whole house and you end up with your favourite fragrance. Can't say fairer than that. Honestly, all these fragrances are fantastic and definitely worth your consideration. I will leave all the links in the description below the video. I tried to pick a good selection, so cheapies, lesser known fragrances, designer and niche. So whether you choose any or all of these fragrances, you're definitely going to be smelling great this autumn. Let me know what you think of these choices, if you're familiar with these fragrances, and if you want to have a go at picking 5 fragrances for under £150, then it could be fun. It's maybe a little bit harder than you think, and if you're going to do it, try to get good variety in there like I did. So some cheapies, maybe a cologne, maybe a niche fragrance, if you can find one that will fit in there for around £150. I had fun putting it together, so you might too. If you want to do that, just drop it down in the comments. So that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it useful. Thank you very much for watching. Remember, keep tuning into FM, keep smelling good, and I'll see you in the next one.